How's it going? This is Matt Copeland. I am up at the front of the factory actually, and I was walking by the EDM machine and I saw Corey making the Elite Freewheel bodies. So I thought we could talk about that today on our inside profile. So let's walk over there and we'll show you what he's up to.
How you doing? Corey here, Profile Racing. Doing some freewheels today. We're actually cutting the teeth in the freewheels with the EDM machine. Now normally the EDM is used to cut all our pawls, and that's 90% of the time this machine is running blocks which we cut the pawls out of, and you might have seen this before. We do all we do the Elite pawls, mini pawls, this called Z coaster pawls. The way the EDM works, it works with three things: works with wire, works with electricity, and works with water. The wire itself is really thin. It's about 3 millimeters, 0.3 millimeters, which is about 3/thousandths of an inch, which is like a hair. What the wire does, it feeds through, and as it goes through the water, it generates a charge. And what that does, it actually doesn't cut the metal, it dissolves the metal. But that's more for EDM type presentation. But on this one, we're just going to be cutting teeth. So we made some fixtures to do the freewheels. Now, the thing about the freewheels that we have learned over the years is that the teeth have to be super precise. And the best way to do it is cut them with the EDM. We've done it before. We tried to broach them, which is a broaching machine, which actually puts the teeth in all at once. It's not as accurate as it can be, and we've had problems with that. So we just go with the EDM to cut the teeth. And I'll get that up on the screen in a second. But first thing, the fixtures. EDM cuts slow. On average, it cuts about 6 millimeters or quarter inch, 0.25 inches per minute. So it's slow and it takes a long time. So that is a disadvantage. But the advantage is that we made fixtures and we can run 36 at a time. And unattended, so you don't have to worry about it. And the other advantage is it's super precise and each one comes out perfect. So I'm going to finish up loading this one, and first off this is how they go in. These are coming out of the CNC machine and they heat treat it, and there's no teeth in them. After we run the EDM, they're going to put 70 teeth, and they're directional in each freewheel body. And the other thing you notice is that there's a line on one. You might have a freewheel and you'll see there's a line. That's the registration line. So what it is, they all go in the same way and assemble the same way, so you know which way the teeth are going. When we do the EDM, the line goes up. And these fixtures have little O-rings in here. So when you push it in and just turn a little bit, it stays steady. So we'll finish loading it up. Just making sure the line goes up. All right, and that's one row. You notice it's not 36 yet, it's 18. But what we've done, we made a fixture so you can stack them. This one's already loaded, so it's got another 18 pieces. And it doesn't matter what size freewheels. This will do 16s, 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s. It doesn't matter what the size is, because it's just cutting the center out. We'll load it on here. That goes in. Now we have one thing about EDM, each piece has to be grounded. What that means, it has to be touching metal. It can't just be sitting on something. It won't have a good enough ground and it will not cut. So we made these little top pieces that'll slide in. And when we tighten them down, we'll keep everything tight and everything will be grounded correctly. And just 10 bolts you gotta snug up. It doesn't take long to load and reload or unload, but it just takes a little over 7 hours to run them all. But like I said, it's not a big deal because you don't got to sit there and watch it. Just load them in the morning and take them out before you go home. Yeah, and we run freewheels. We do, like I said, they're machined first. They're either done in the lathe, and it all comes out of S7 tool steel, so it's a bar. The bigger ones we will mill, but most of the ones we do are between 16 and 18 teeth. And like this run here, we did about 500 or 600 freewheels. All right, now we got them all in. All right, now we got it. We got everything set up, ready to run. So the first thing I always like to do is do a dry run, so where it'll actually draw all the pieces on the tool paths or the wire path. And if you look real close, you'll see the little tiny teeth in there. So everything looks good there. So we are going to run it. First thing it's going to do, it's going to thread the wire, which it's doing right now. And as it does it, it'll thread the wire, it'll run one set, which is two because they're stacked. And then it will cut the wire and move on to the next one. And now when we do these, it takes a lot of time. I said, each one, or two of them at a time, it takes 24 minutes. It breaks down into 12 minutes a piece. So that's how you get your 7 hours approximately. And sounds like a lot, but in the end, we're really not doing anything right here. We're just loading the parts and letting it run for 7 hours. Total time on a freewheel for the body itself, probably about 15 minutes. That's with the machining and everything. And then the inner part, which is the titanium driver, another 15 minutes on that. Same thing, a couple minutes on each ball. So you got about 35, 40 minutes in a complete freewheel. But right now it's going to thread, and the tank's going to fill up with water. Once it gets to a certain height, you recognize it, it charges the wire, and it starts cutting. The right height, and now it's starting to cut. All right, we're back. It's been about 7 hours, and this EDM has been busy cutting ratchet teeth out in these Elite Freewheels. So I'm going to show you how we get them out. And this is actually like my favorite part, because like I said, they've been running for 7 hours. There's 36 of them, and like a farmer, this is where you get to harvest them. So pop them out, and you can see how this is the original. There's no teeth in it, and after they get run, although they're rusty, that's not a big deal. The teeth are cut out of them and they're perfect. So after this operation, they'll be put in here, they'll dry off, they will be sandblasted, and then the final operation before assembly, they'll go get nickel plated.